Alright, you sick and twisted mofos, welcome on in to discuss Skull and Bones, the upcoming game from Ubisoft and Ubisoft Singapore that will be coming out November 8th, 2022. So stick around, we're going to be going over the frequently asked questions. Is the game crossplay? Can you actually get out and raid islands? We're going to be covering that right in a second, so stick around. The answer to those and more coming up in just a second. Before we begin, make sure you like and subscribe for more content, especially related to Skull and Bones, as it is the game that I am looking forward to the most, as well as Modern Warfare 2, Stalker 2, and a couple other games I am following. So make sure you're subscribed and check with my content frequently at roadcorp.online to see if your favorite upcoming game is being talked about as well. So let's get on into it. We have some features to go over with the new Skull and Bones. Players choose their own pirate captain, select their pirate ship class based on a preferred playstyle, and evolve with a rich RPG system. Harness a win system in order to navigate more quickly, shoot further, hit harder, escape deadly blows. That's right, the win system will affect the control of your weapon system. So if you're shooting a ballista, you're going to have to keep in mind the wind. You're going to have a systemic shared world that reacts to the player's actions and challenges our ascension across multiple parts of the Indian Oceans. Players get to choose their own path, whether you engage in combat solo or team up with players to take down factions and well-defended convoys, as well as other players if you do choose to go ahead with the PvP. There is a way to sort of opt out, and it is reversible. So at any time you join PvP and you decide that you're not quite ready for that, you will be able to go back to PvE with a saved progress. Now, if your ship does get destroyed, you will have to rebuild it and go collect your loot off the ship that was destroyed. You're going to have disputed waters that separate the regions of the Indian Ocean where pirate gangs compete for riches and naval battles. Players can confront rival players in competitive 5 versus 5 matches. This is going to be extreme, and I cannot wait to get hands on each and every one of you mofos out there in the Indian Ocean. There's going to be a variety of game modes enabled for players to plunder and grow their influence. Influence is a big part of this game. You want to become a very influential pirate to go ahead and reap extra rewards as the world evolves. Of course, Skull and Bones will continually test the heights of a player's skills. Vast new regions to explore, powerful ships, weapons, and enemies, along with greater rewards, draw players from across the 4 corners of the Indian Ocean. So, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to go on with Skull and Bones, and I am personally very, very excited about it. I don't want to go too fast here. I want to make sure we're covering all of our topics. There are a variety of captains to choose from, both male and female. A variety of ships to choose from and to unlock as you progress with your influence later on in the game. Now, one of the frequently asked questions is, will I be able to actually take part of the raiding of islands and or players' ships? Answer is no. Basically, you are just going to be captaining the ship, and your crew will be taking care of that mess sort of for you and or on your orders. So it's not like Sea of Thieves or one of these other pirate games in that regard, where you will not be doing any of the grappling over to other players' ships or taking your raiding party out on raiding adventures on the actual islands. Crafting and material gathering will be done from the ship and or from the safe spots. And what else we got? Another frequently asked question we get. That's actually probably the biggest one. I feel like that one is going to be the one that kills it for many players, is that they are looking for a Sea of Thieves clone with better graphics. And that is not what they're going to get whatsoever. The truth of the matter is, it's more RPG in that regard. You're going to just kind of have to use your imagination a little bit. You will not be grappling over to other players' ships to collect their loot. Now, you can loot the ship without destroying it, and you will get greater rewards for that, because of course if you destroy the player or the environmental ship, some of the loot will be lost in the wreckage. You won't be able to find it. You're going to be able to get just a portion of the loot as far as that's concerned. The other frequently asked question is the game crossplay? You will link your Ubisoft account with this game, and therefore be able to log into your Ubisoft account from a variety of platforms. That's why for me, I'm going to be getting the game on Xbox, and I'm also probably going to get the game on PlayStation. And I'm actually looking quite forward to it, because then I will be able to have my progress made and be able to get it over on another platform. Kind of making some edits here real quick. I want this to look great. You guys know I have been following this game for quite some time, and I'm very much looking forward to it releasing ASAP. They'll have a couple months to get ready, as it releases November 8th. And that just popped up. That's very cool. We're looking at some screenshots here while we look for some other frequently asked questions people that are asking on the internet. I want to go ahead and see if I can find some great questions for to answer about the game. Of course, like I said, releasing November 8th, 2022. It is going to be on the genre of action. It will be published by Ubisoft, as it was developed by Ubisoft Singapore, and will be releasing for Xbox, PlayStation, and Windows PC. Now, you can, if you are on PC, you will be able to download on Steam as well as Ubisoft Connect. I do actually recommend going ahead and getting Ubisoft Connect, because Ubisoft is being quite incredible with the games they're releasing as of late. Ubisoft does have a little bit of a history of releasing a game somewhat unfinished, but it's you just got to get through it. It's just the way we live gaming nowadays. As you complete a variety of contracts from vendors, local factions, and kingpins in the world, you'll gain access to more resources and opportunities on your journey becoming an infamous pirate. So once again, infamy is going to be a necessity in this game. You got Hell and Paradise. The world of Skull and Bones is a treasure trove to explore as you sail for the furthest reaches of the Indian Ocean, from the coasts of Africa to the East Indies. Discover distinct regions, each with their own unique ecosystems. Learn to use the wind to your advantage by trimming your sails to increase your speed as you survive treacherous waters, dangerous roadways, and deadly wildlife. So once again, wind being a major issue in the game, as well it should be, because when you're sailing, wind is a major issue. When you're shooting weapons, wind is a major issue. So it only makes sense for that to be the case. Alright, we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here shortly, but let's review. Is the game going to be crossplay? Of course, you will be able to log in with your Ubisoft account. Therefore, it will be crossplay across multiple platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and or PC. And let's see. think that's all the extra info we have. So will the game be like Sea of Thieves? Absolutely not. They have the similarities of being both pirate games that are open world and allow you to explore, but you will not personally be doing the looting or any of that sort of thing. So that is all the time we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Get in the comments, let me know your questions, and I will talk about them in the next video. So I appreciate you all, and later, mofos.